Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Aisha Bibi from the Department of BS Biotechnology. My ID 003 and today I'm going to present on the topic of classification of catalysts. So first of all, catalysts are classified into two types. The first one is homogeneous catalyst, the second one is heterogeneous catalyst. This classification is based on the phase of the catalyst. If we talk about the homogeneous catalyst, this catalyst that which have a same phase as the reactants have. And for example, if the phase of the catalyst is solid, then the reactants should have the phase of solid. And this process is called the homogeneous catalysis. For example, iodide ion. Iodide ion act as a catalyst for the decomposition of aqueous hydrogen peroxide, and they both have a aqueous solution phase. The second example is the nitric oxide, which act as a catalyst for the formation of ozone gas, and they are both present in the atmosphere, and they both have the same phase. It is also example of homogeneous catalysis. If we talk about the heterogeneous catalyst is that which have a different phase from the reactants. For example, if the catalyst have a solid phase, then the reactants should have the phase like gases or liquid and vice versa. The example of heterogeneous catalysis is the Fischer-Tropsch process, and it is a process where the gasoline is formed. And if we give example of this Fischer-Tropsch process, then the carbon monoxide react with the hydrogen in the presence of cobalt coated on the aluminium, which act as a catalyst and form the octane and water molecule. The mechanism of heterogeneous catalysis is very complex if we compare heterogeneous catalysis towards homogeneous catalysis. There are some steps of heterogeneous catalysis which are the adsorption. Adsorption is a process where the reactants attach with the surface of the catalyst. Then the reactants convert into products on the surface of catalyst, and then the product detach from the surface of catalyst, and this is called the desorption. The adsorption step is thought to involve chemical bonding of the reactants to the highly reactive metal atoms on the surface, with accompanying the breaking or at least weakening of bonds in the reactants. The example of heterogeneous catalysis is including the industrial process where the ethylene convert into ethane in the presence of catalysts which mostly use the metals such as the nickel, palladium or platinum. And if we see the diagram here, that there is a metal surface, and that is the ethylene and that is the hydrogen. They both are reactants, and the ethylene attached with the metal surface, and hydrogen detached from the hydrogen atom and attached with the metal surface, and this is called the adsorption. In diagram C, hydrogen attach with the ethylene and form C2H5, and also the C2H5 is attached still attached in the with the metal surface, and also the second hydrogen also attached with the C2H5 and form ethane now become the product and also detach from the surface of the catalyst, and this is called the desorption. The function of the metal surface is to adsorb the reactants and facilitate the rate determining step by breaking the strong hydrogen-hydrogen bond in the hydrogen molecule. Uh, this process have a lowered activation energy because hydrogen-hydrogen bond breaking is accompanied by the simultaneous formation of bonds from the separating hydrogen atom to the surface metal atoms. The hydrogen atom then move about on the surface until they encounter the carbon atoms of the adsorbed ethylene molecule. Subsequent stepwise formation of two new carbon hydrogen bonds given the ethane, which is finally dissolved from the surface. Most of the catalysts used in the industrial chemical process are heterogeneous, in part because such catalysts can be easily separated from the reaction product. Another important application of heterogeneous catalysis is automobile catalyst converter, and this process is used for the harmful pollutants to convert into different molecules like carbon dioxide, water, oxygen, and nitrogen. We can see that the catalytic converters help convert the offending pollutants to carbon dioxide, water, oxygen, and nitrogen. And for this process, we use mostly the catalyst, the noble metals like platinum, palladium, and uranium, and the transition metal oxide like chromium oxide and cupric oxide. Then we talk about the enzyme catalysis. Enzymes are large protein molecules that act as catalysts for the biological reaction, and they are different from inorganic catalysts into two important respects. The first one is that enzymes are larger and more complex as compared to inorganic catalysts, with the molecular masses range from the 10 to raise per 4 to 10 to raise per 6 atomic mass unit. The second point is enzymes are more specific in their action as compared to inorganic catalyst. Sometimes a single enzyme catalyze a single reaction, which is called the enzyme substrate. This is a phenomena of enzyme catalysis, that enzymes bind with the substrate into the active site to form an enzyme substrate complex. Then enzyme and substrate complex form, and they are held together by the hydrogen bonds and by weak intermolecular attraction. This equation shows that enzyme binds with the substrate and makes the enzyme substrate complex. Then enzyme substrate complex convert into enzymes and product. And the rate of product formation is directly proportional to enzyme substrate complex. This is all from my side. Thanks for watching.